All right, everybody. Thank you for coming to today's seminar on PDF portfolios. Today's presenter is Dave Merchant. He is an AUC expert. You may have seen him around the Acrobat Users Forum, something like that. He's finding great ways to help you, and in time off, when he's not helping people on the forums, he is helping people with extreme rescue tactics out of caves and such things. And you can check out information at his website, uvsar.com. And he looks like Ozzy Osbourne. I think that's probably pretty self-explanatory, and it's rad. So Dave, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Okay, we are in and we are working. Thanks, Rebecca, and hello, everybody. Welcome to today's eSeminar, which we will hopefully take you through PDF portfolios from basic introduction to what they are through to how to work with them both in Adobe Reader and in Adobe Acrobat. And we'll introduce you to some of the ways that you can customize portfolios, what you can and cannot do within them. And we'll look at some of the abilities we can then bring in to things like customizing navigators, so you can create your own branding around the display of the portfolio. If you're interested in taking that further and actually starting to create your own navigator files in Flash, then we have lots of resources on Acrobat Users covering those kind of aspects of the work. But today we're going to concentrate on using the files and loading in predefined templates with a little bit of tinkering around the edges. So we're not going to start wandering off into the complexities of Flash programming. It's the sort of thing that generally makes people run for the hills, so we will avoid it. To start off, looking at the poll, I can see that most of you do have some experience of what a PDF portfolio is, but of course we will start off by showing people what one looks like. Somebody somewhere can say that they can see my screen. Yes, marvelous, brilliant. Sorry about that. It's a PDF portfolio. The basic way of thinking of a PDF portfolio is that it's a way of combining together disparate file types into a single document without having to convert them all into PDFs. So you can add in PDFs, you can add in images, you can add in native files like Microsoft Office files. They're all wrapped inside a single PDF document, so you can present them to someone as a single file, which is easy to email around. But unlike the old way of working, where we had attachments, where we just had something like a covering letter and then a little selection of icons floating down at the bottom, with a navigator attached to a PDF portfolio, we've got the ability to create this nice interactive user interface with lots of suitable animated moving around kind of effects, and there are lots of options to vary the way that the information is displayed. We can either set things up ourselves to follow a particular format. There's still the opportunity when people open them to move formats around. So if you're looking at this in thumbnail view and thinking, well, actually, I just want a list of files, then you can use the thumbnail menus across the top to say, I just want to see a list of files in the portfolio, which gives you a similar kind of view to what you used to get in the old days with attachments, where you've got the file name, the description, you can see when it was added to the file, etc. You can then go back and say, well, I'll have the proper interactive dynamic version if I prefer it. The critical thing with portfolios is that if we put PDF files into a portfolio, then they have the same kind of restrictions, advantages and disadvantages to any other type of PDF file. So if, for example, I add in a PDF file with Acrobat Pro or Acrobat Pro Extended into a document and send it to someone, if they open it in Reader, and I'm currently using Adobe Reader to look at this portfolio, I can't necessarily do anything with that PDF. If it's a form, and if that form has been enabled, then I can fill in the form and submit it. But I can't necessarily start editing the file. And it would be nice in certain cases to be able to send people original files that they can work with. Not a universal thing that we want, but say, for example, we want to send someone an Excel spreadsheet. And rather than insisting they all have to have Acrobat so that they can work with a PDF, we just want to send them a spreadsheet, and they need to be able to edit that spreadsheet and send it back to us. And all they have is Office and Adobe Reader. That's fine, because we are in Adobe Reader now, and we can't actually edit a PDF file, but here we have a spreadsheet within the portfolio. If I have a look at the preview of that spreadsheet, this is a little graphic image generated by Adobe Reader showing you what's in the file, so you can decide if you want to open it or not. So this isn't a working spreadsheet at this point, but if I think, yeah, I want to edit that, I can click open, and it will ask me at this point, are you really sure it's an Excel file? We all hear rumors that maybe these things have got macros in, etc. Do you trust where the file has come from? I vaguely trust where this has come from, so I'm going to give this particular file permission to open. And that will open the file in Excel. And there is the file. And this is a temporary copy of the file in the portfolio that's been extracted and put onto your disk so that Excel can get at it. But it's still linked to the portfolio. So I am going to take all of those bits of text and I'm going to make it green.